How's it going, tourists, brothers, aliens, and whatnot? I'm back for another episode of Gaming Memories. Today I'm going to be going over Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask because they share many gameplay elements. So I don't have the N64 cartridges, unfortunately, but I do have the promotional disc, which, as you can see, includes both the games, as well as Zelda 1 and 2, which I'm not that fond of, but I know there's people who are suckers for those classics. But to me, Majora's Mask is the best Zelda game of all time, and then Ocarina of Time would easily be second. They're just such masterpieces. I mean, the overworld it was just mind-blowing. As a kid, I didn't play this much as a kid. I had some friends who had Nintendo 64. They would play those games. There was actually these people who lived quite near me. When I was a little kid, I would run around all over the neighborhood doing what I wanted. Those were the days, really. Those were the days. Anyway, what I would do was I would go to their house, and they had a Nintendo 64, they had a PS2, they had an Xbox, they had everything. They were the people to hang out with. But yeah, there was this couple, and they were just married, and so they were like, "Oh, sure, we'll have some kids over to our house to just hang out and stuff." So that's what I did. So over there, I would play. It's the first place I ever played Super Mario 64. First place I ever played Ocarina of Time. First place I ever played GoldenEye. That game was amazing as a kid. Probably still to this day my favorite shooter. But yeah, that's where I got my beginnings in Zelda. So just I remember playing this game and just being blown. My mind was blown by the size of the overworld. I had never played a game like that. Like before then, it was usually just you would have the hub, like in, let's say, Super Mario World. You just have the overworld, which it's kind of cool, but it's not fully explorable. And then in Super Mario 64, you have your castle, you jump into the portraits. I mean, that's kind of cool, being able to explore that, but it's not like having a full, fleshed out 3D world to run around in, kill monsters in, and then day and night. That's really awesome too. But and then the sequel, Majora's Mask. Started playing that just a bit ago. Started playing through it again on my GameCube with a GameCube controller. I actually like playing it on a GameCube controller more than Nintendo 64, but that might be because I don't really have any controllers with analog sticks that are functional, but the GameCube controllers, the analog sticks, are really functional and fluid. But yeah, that's what I've been playing Majora's Mask on, and I've come to fully appreciate that game. Like, I didn't used to like it as much as the first. The masks seemed kind of gimmicky, and the story didn't seem quite as good, but now I really appreciate it. It's so dark. It's dark without actually, I think some other YouTubers have mentioned this, it's dark without actually having a dark color, like Twilight Princess, which, that's a pretty good game too, in its own right, but it doesn't quite compare to Majora's Mask. But yeah, Majora's Mask, it manages to be dark without actually having that dark of things in the game. It's just an unsettling feel to the game, which kind of gets you on edge, and it gets you sucked in even more so than Ocarina of Time, which is more, the feel is more bright. I mean, there's not as much darkness in the game. I mean, you could say Ganondorf is kind of dark, but not as much as Majora's Mask. So, without giving away any major spoilers, for those of you who haven't played a, I don't know, what is it, 15-year-old game, for those of you who haven't played it, there's a mask, and it's Majora's, and you have to stop it. That's basically what it is. But they do it so well. The 3D mechanic, that gets you into it even more, because then you're like, I gotta get it done, I gotta get it done, I gotta get it done, even though it's not that big of a threat. I mean, you're pretty much never gonna get killed by the moon. Just that timer being there, it gets you on edge. It gets you into the game like nothing else ever really has for me. I mean, survival horror games, sometimes they can give you that feel, like Amnesia, Five Nights at Freddy's. Eternal Nightmares. I've seen some gameplay of that. That looks like a pretty creepy game. But back on topic. Majora's Mask, yeah. It's probably the first creepy game I ever played. And I've ever actually really enjoyed, because I'm not a big survival horror fan. It's not that it scares me that badly, it's just that, I don't know, it just seems really gimmicky to just add horror to a game to make it unsettling, whereas it's kind of a substitute for good game design in a way. On Majora's Mask, the game design there, that's what makes it creepy. The 3 days, just the overall feel, without actually having creepy visuals, really, it is creepy. And there's the creepypasta Ben drowned. I mean, that's not that bad. At first, it kind of got me, ooh, what if mine has Ben or whoever it is in there? But yeah, that's about all I got to say. And yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed listening to me rant about mostly Majora's Mask, a little bit Ocarina of Time. But yeah, thanks for watching, all you tourists, and I will see you in another video for more of the same. Peace out, guys.